this stock car meeting, which has attracted many of the sport's top drivers right under the grid. Well, this is the 5th of the 13 qualifying rounds, and the best 5 scores overall will count, and they will decide which drivers line up in the World Final itself in September. So there's a lot to go for. I can promise you that with a complicated point scoring system, it means that the drivers really do have to go flat out in every heat at every qualifying round. Well, your commentator here at Brandon is Dave Lanning.
Well, we're moving into heat number 2 here. We see the novice drivers up front there. The white top, Sam Seabrook is car 230. John Taylor from Walsall in car 187. Frank North from Leicestershire from Anstey is 145. Chris Elwell from Rugeley is 501 there, the white tops. And we've got one addition to those, that's Neil Corney. He'll be in car 74. So the beginners, you might almost say, that these lads are all accomplished wheel wizards, of course. The advantage of starting in front, but then they've got some heavy traffic coming up behind them. And particularly, they are the superstars. And amongst the red tops to watch for, Andy Stockers in car 160. Bobby Burns from Ilford, he's come a long way here, 471. Dave Mellor from 304, an ex-world champion. He's from Ashbourne, Derbyshire. Watching him in car 304. And of course, the giant of them all in Formula One stock car racing at the moment, Stuart Smith from Rochdale at the back there, looking very cool, calm. He's of course in the gold top with the big number 1 signifying the world champion. And there is the line-up, and we're waiting for the pace lap. And they are shutting the pit gate. This is always a signal that we have the full list of starters. We've got 21 in this race. Remember, it's 16 laps. And the action coming your way thick and fast. Do make a lovely purring, throaty roar when they're warming up like this, don't they? I call this sport every driver's sport that loses inhibitions. Good knockabout stuff. Of course, it's got more and more professional and very much more technical over the years. The old days of just bangers and smash have disappeared. Certainly at this level of stock car racing anyway. That's the signal. And I think we are ready to go now in heat 2. There's the white tops. Amongst the yellow tops, we've got Lee Wilson, the local boy Daventry, Mo Masters. We've got Bernard Poisser from Leek amongst the yellow tops, and from Meriden near Coventry, of course, Mike Shirley, he's in car 395 amongst the yellow tops to watch for. Car number 9 is Mo Masters. Car number 385, I think that should be. Like Andy Webb from Daventry. Here's the Blues. Among the Blues, who have we got there? Well, Nigel Land and Pete Blashford. Mo Smith is in there. Ray Lee from Warrington. John Lander from Simonset, and John Kaiser from Saffron Walden from the Blues. And here comes the king of them all, Stuart Smith. Looking ready for action and very, very menacing indeed. On a beautiful piece of stock car machinery. Looks like we are going to have all systems go. Away they go, and straight into the lead is Sam Seabrook from Hinckley in Leicestershire. He leads at the moment. There's some trouble right under our commentary spot. They're all piling up there. And it's one of the novices, Neil Corney, who's into, of course, that car 74. Ahead of the action there, Lee Wilson from Stapleford in Essex managed to get going again. But it is car 230, and that is Sam Seabrook who leads, who got clear. Some trouble right under the commentary box at the start of this heat number 2. There is the leader. The dust beginning to settle now, although we do have this novice Neil Corney still blocking the home straight here. The rest of the field beginning to circumnavigate him quite well. Really is getting a little bit tight in there, and Stuart Smith, we notice, is wending his way through the field in the most spectacular style. There is Smith. He's picked up a few already. You can see him having a battle with his fellow superstars there in the red helmet, red tops. Smith at the moment with Andy Stott of Wakefield having a red ding-dong. Smith is back in 9th place, and he really is putting himself about. Stott, of course, is an experienced driver as well, knows his way around and giving nothing away. And there goes the nudge, and he's pushing it out of the way, and that was a superb piece of stock car driving there from the world champion. Really is picking his way through the eye of a needle. There's Stuart Smith. We saw him beautifully turn and flip his rival Andy Stott out of the way there, and now he's going through on the inside past one of the white tops. That's 189, having a bit of trouble there, John Taylor. And Smith's going strong. Still it is though, Sam Seabrook in the lead. In 2nd place we have another of the white tops, Chris Elwell from Rudesley, and 3rd at the moment is kind of an IMO Masters. But this man Smith is making his way through the field, and the crowd here at Brandon mostly are watching him. We know who the leader is, but we're just waiting to see just how long it's going to take the world champion to work his way through, and just if he can, because time now is beginning to run out. We're on the 8th lap of 16, so we're midway through. His way through, going past what, 2-3 rivals there, and that means now Smith's up into 4th place and closing on the leading 3. There is Smith. Now where are the rivals in front of him? It's a good long distance, as you can see. Half the race still to go, and it's still Sam Seabrook who leads it, but he must be getting more and more aware surely that the world champion has worked his way through. Remember, the top 6 placings qualify. Stuart Smith can pick up some extra money here, and he really is driving beautifully. Now Smith has moved up. We saw him just bypassing some rivals. He's in 3rd place now. In 2nd place it's Chris Elwell. And there's Sam Seabrook in all kinds of trouble. And he's moved up into 2nd place now as the world champion. And where is the leader? Here is the leader here. And there is Stuart Smith. And there's about, what, a quarter of a lap between them. And can Smith possibly now catch it up? We're on the 40th lap coming up next, so only 2 to go. And it must be said that the white top driver, Sam Seabrook, really has done awfully well here, although Smith is still after him. The last lap signal goes out for car 230, Sam Seabrook. And in 2nd place there, we have Stu Smith, and I don't think he's going to catch him now. There is a back marker separating them at the moment. In his car, number 395, that's Mike Shirley. But it's going to be Seabrook. He has driven well. Seabrook wins it. He's delighted. In 2nd place there, Stuart Smith, who really did pick his way through in the most masterful fashion. And there's the world champion. The checkered flag just coming a little bit too soon for him. Maybe another couple of laps he'd have gone up on this man, and that's Sam Seabrook. He jumped into the lead right from the start. One of the white top drivers, and he's got a story to talk about for some time. He beat the world champion in this qualifying heat at Brisca Coventry. Midlanders here at Brandon will be enjoying that one. Sam Seabrook from Hinckley, Leicestershire, just across the way. successful in the Heat 2, and he did drive a nicely controlled race. Didn't panic. At one stage it looked like he was going to get some pressure from the world champion, but never really closed on him. Faithful warhorse that could get a pass. So there is the winner of Heat 2, and he really was a good winner too. That's car number 230, and that's Sam Seabrook. There we can see him without the paraphernalia from Hinckley in Leicestershire. Let's just give you the qualifiers from Heat 2. In second place we saw Stuart Smith, the world champion, working his way through the field. He qualifies car number 1. In third place it was car 304, Dave Miller from Ashbourne in Derby. Car number 247 was Sport Andy Webb, and car number 501, Chris Elwell, one of the white toppers from Rugeley, qualifies to in 5th place. And the final qualification place there, car number 471 in 6th place, that's Bobby Burns, one of the visitors from Essex. Well, here's that start again. You can see Neil Portcourtney. He's right at the back of those white tops, who caused the trouble. And he did it all on his own, just whacked the fence, and from then on there was all kinds of strife in spite of, as the cars tried to avoid him. They're almost broadside across the track. Just a novice driver and showing his inexperience there. And let's now move to Gary Newborn in the pits.
Well, here's the world champion, Stuart Smith. Stuart, do you ever get any problems working out who the leader is?
Yeah, many a time. The thing is, when you start right at the back, it's a job to tell who's winning. You know, you've got to guess it half the time, but usually you can see the leaderboard here. They have a big scoreboard, and that helps you out a lot. But, you know, you have a lot of problems most of the time trying to find out just where you are in the race.
Is it sheer driving, or do you have any advantage over the machinery?
I'd say 50-50. You've got to have a good car, and it's got to be set up absolutely perfect. And that involves quite a lot of work, and you've got to be able to drive it, of course.
Well, once you become a superstar, it really is hard work, isn't it? Every race.
Yeah, you've got to start at the back, you see, and it means that you've got to pick your way through all the lower graders, and half of them are out of control, you know, and spinning around. It's a bit early at times, but, you know, that's the idea, is to get through them without getting any damage.
Well, let's take the world champion through some of these stages now. Explain, as we look at it, how you actually drive through this race.
Well, the thing is, going into the corners, that's where the car tends to slow down, and you've got to push the car in front wide if you can. It doesn't always pay off. It depends who's behind you. You see Big Dave there's right behind me, and he's just waiting for me to make a mistake. And you've got to be just, it's like, I always call it like motorised snooker, me, because you've got to actually lean on the guy in front at the correct speed and the correct pressure at the correct angle and everything. That's why, you know, years of experience coming on.
You didn't catch him in that heat, did you, in the end?
No, it was just, I just needed about 3 more laps. But the finals, another 5 laps, I think.
That's right, it is.
So it just gives you, you're just in with a chance if you keep out of trouble.
Well, the top 6 go through to the grand final. You're safely through the grand final, so you can have a breather now. And in fact, we can take a short break.